Hello, good afternoon. 16th November 2020. Risk. Now, risk zero tolerance. Then, how can we avoid this risk? First and most important is the health risk. So, we have to avoid this one by being alone and constrained movements, uh, reducing the physical contacts, the utmost, and we have to adapt. For example, I used to do some swimming. Now I cannot just get a chance to go swimming, so I went into uh, using bicycle, local bicycle, and whenever I feel heated, then I go swimming in the ocean. That is 16.4 Celsius. So I have to adapt. Then the risk at the office, we are stopping visits completely from third party. We are also expanding office personnel. Let's say that each time we grow in today, taking over fleets, then we are employing more people in Latvia, in Honduras, in Panama, in Bilbao, never at the same place, everybody. So also we are reducing risk by once we have taken care of the health factor. For example, we did have one risk person in the office, a trainee that had been in a fiesta one night. So I gave instructions that same Friday everybody to make the test, and we did make the test Saturday and Sundays. So it is very important that this cost was 100 euros per worker, and I assumed this cost in order that Monday we were all healthy in the office. It's very important to make sure that we eliminate these risks, health risks. Now, what other areas there are for our dear hero sheep owners today? It is union of the sheep owner fleets and Candina database. Why? Because one PCR positive on board the ship could be the duration of 15 days of a tanker, and that times 50 days, sorry, times $50,000 per day. 15 days, there is a total of $750,000 the cost because one PCR. Now, should we have had contacted the Candina group for verifying the compliance of the whole crew that is compliance and had the PCR test? Well, do you need the calculator to calculate dear ship owner? It's $750,000. Just one chief officer could be a rating positive coronavirus. These calculations of what is the risk of one PCR, in this case is a tanker, in any way is reputation. So how can I assume reputational risk in my company? Now the reply is zero risk. So then once we have done that, then we can look at it from the point of view of the risk of the seafarer. The seafarer sailing in a small ship owner and not a professional huge crew management company like Candina Group with systems of compliance and health verification, then would I rather sail in that tanker with this crew that was positive in coronavirus, or would I rather go to another unit? My reply is very clear. I'd rather stay here alone with myself, making a video for you, than passing risk to myself and to others or to you. This is very clear. So risk factor is very important also for seafarers. And should I join a company that has no verification of risk at all, or should I join a company that is a professional crew management company whereby the health is first and the zero tolerance it is only accepted? Up to you too. So then what is the other factor I like to do is to update my CV application form in Candina, because perhaps now I can assume that $13,000 for a chief engineer chemical tanker, before it was very expected, or 11,800 or 10,000, but now would I rather get the 10,000 but risk free, or would I rather get the 13,000 but with risk? Well, who knows this risk, how it goes, but it is a statistical numbers that if we comply with the PCRs, that everybody on the crew is the same way, and that we go to reputable doctors, to first class systems, that the risk is much, much, much smaller. So if we are in touch with a lot of people and we have personal interviews and all this, then the risk is much, much higher. So would I rather get 13,000 or 10,000? From my point of view, of course, it is health. I need to be working every day with hero ship owners, zero risk, because it's reputation. And you can just lose the reputation one day and that's it. Doesn't matter if this company started 1899. I want to be a maritime officer. Since then until today, then 2 centuries in some days or some years, and then the whole reputation is gone down the ocean, sinking in the ocean. So we can control this risk, but we have to be professionals. In this area, then I mentioned in the previous video about digital compliance is very, very, very important to eliminate the risk. This digital compliance was already moving very fast, so high speed. Now we need to adjust to this digital value to eliminate the risks. Now, what other areas we have these risks? For example, in the selection, we have already got 24/7 selection department, two different routes to eliminate the risk of the selection. So we are prepared to guarantee 24/7 selection system for ship owners, irrespective of the nationality. So because of our huge 100,000 and above seafarers database, and we are continuing to evaluate in the risk. We just had an audit of ISO and Maritime Level Convention, and we hope that in the future we will detect any more risk. Like we have detected, a lot of companies are not prepared to be digital in the selection side, and we are growing a database so that we will become, let's say, the Alexa of the crew management business. So thank you very much indeed for your time. If you are a seafarer, then please work risk-free and update your CV. We are expanding in the offshore, in the chemical, in the bulk, in the container, in the ferry, in all areas of crew management, and we are doing, thanks to the confidence of ship owners, very positively. I would like to express the ship owners that they would please think about this risk-free digital compliance. It is very important to plan, to have one system as employer, one insurance for co-assurance of the crew, for maritime level convention, repatriation wages, one same medical examination, one same wage scale, one same enlistment contract, one same system, one same drug and alcohol tests, if this is applicable, and one whole system for the rosters. And of course, this we already have a digital online system that the owners can verify and the captains can verify, so that we avoid all the physical contact. And as I mentioned, the risk of just one could be $750,000, 15 days detention of ship. But how about reputation? And then how about me going to the office and saying, hey, what do I have to do today? I have nothing to do. That cannot be. I need to work. So then it is very funny that what am I going to do if my ship is detained 15 days? Just cross my arms, do nothing, 15 days. I cannot do that. I need to be doing something. Yes, I need to have fun. I'm enjoying this. Risk-free. Also, it is very exhausting, and but the show must go on. I am a big clown, so we must continue to move all the plates and smile and avoid these risks. Please think proactively, positively in the compliance. Having union of a fleet of a ship owner with a crew management company does provide a barrier to risk, and also a 2% agency fees for the whole fleet. Then it is really worthwhile or not. Imagine if you can delegate all the rosters, the flights, the planes, zero commissions of everything, and compliance, everything transparent, all the invoices. Well, think about it. Perhaps this change was being prepared, but with this coronavirus, now we have to adapt much faster to zero risk. So this digital transformation is risk-free. Um, we are investing very much in the database and these digital 24/7 selections. And of course, we will keep posted and informing the ship owner and seafarer. Please, officer, please invest in yourself. Update the CV. We need you. Yes. Candina needs you. Thank you. Bye.